The best part of the whole game was the streaker.
I did see that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the guy was trying to undress a little bit into his pink thong to promote adult entertainment sites.
Right.
But, so they didn't want to show that on TV. But who are we kidding? We've been home all year. We know all about all the adult entertainment sites. I don't know what new site you think you're going to spring on us that we're not already on to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw multiple replays of that.
How fun. Well worth it. I could see myself hopping out there. That might have to go on the list. This week, our heroes talk about homemade salad dressings, the Gorilla Glue Hair Girl, oh no, and of course, our favorite Super Bowl commercials. All this and more on this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. Happy National Pizza Day, everybody! Okay, can we do the clap again? Oops.
Only if you leave that in.
Okay, deal.
What happened? What happened, Dan?
It's a deal. I forgot to hit record again. Which happened a couple episodes back, if you could remember. People appreciated the cat footage, but I don't want to make that mistake again.
We're totally professionals.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Yes. I noticed you start open, and I have to close, then open, then close. It has to be a go and a comeback motion. All right, here we go. Welcome to this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. We're good for your ears. I'm Dan, and you can find me on Instagram at RFSDan.
And I'm Jess, and you can find me currently freezing in the polar vortex of northern Michigan.
No way, it is 73.
I have no idea what it is. I think it's actually it's 14.
Dang.
Right now. 14 degrees outside, but it feels like 5. So explain this to me. I don't know if you ever see that in your weather. My weather says it's 14, but it feels like 5.
Right.
So is it 14 or is it 5?
I feel that there's one person, do you remember, there's a show called, Dirty Jobs?
Yes.
Where they would, just see, jobs that nobody wanted.
Yes.
I think one of them is the guy who stands there in his birthday suit. And the guy's like, man, it feels like it's, 14 out, or it feels like it's 7 out. But it's well, I got a jacket and some clothes on, so it feels 14 to me. So I think that's what it is. I think that's at your core.
Is that what it is?
I have no idea. I have no idea at all. I just learned.
It's a great explanation.
Yeah, right? I've learned more about the weather from you than anywhere else.
It always cracks me up because the other day, I don't know what I was doing. I was vlogging or something, and I asked her what the weather is. And it said it was 9, and I'm like, oh man, that's cold. And then I picked up my phone, and it said feels like -5. I'm like, so it's -5.
Right.
If I go out there, are my hands going to react as if it's 9 degrees or if it's -5? I mean, that's basically the same.
Maybe they do tests.
I think, to me, anything below 20 is just cold.
Maybe it's for old people, because the old people like to pick the colder number.
Maybe.
Maybe it's because of that, I'm thinking. See, we don't learn about weather out here because there is just...
You don't have any?
We just don't have any weather. It's really nice right now. I'm still rocking shorts and t-shirts. So
God, no, I've got my hoodie on. Check this out. I have a heater.
Oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever. It looks like a little amp.
It's a heater.
Aww.
So it keeps my hands warm. Don't worry, guys. It has an emergency button on it. If the dogs tip it over, it turns off.
That's a pretty cool button. That's neat. It is right on the outside there. That's really cool. So, Jess, recently, you've been doing a lot more stuff with food.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
And we're not talking just eating. You've been making and doing stuff with food. Today, you showed me, and I don't know if it was one of those, magic bullets. Is that what you have? Do you have one of those? Is it a magic bullet?
I do have a magic bullet, but that was just a ball mason jar.
Oh, okay. So, you made some dressing today.
I did.
Yes, tell me more about it.
So, I really like salad, but, dressing is really bad for you. That's not to say... Okay, buckets of dressing is really bad for you. And, when I eat salad, I really like dressing. And I really like vinegar-based dressing. So, last night, I was talking to Jamie, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be really cool if I could find, a vinegar-based dressing. And I love red wine vinegar. I love white wine vinegar. I love balsamic vinegar. I like vinegar. But you can't just put vinegar on a salad with nothing else because vinegar is very acidic. You at least need to mix it with water.
Right.
Long story short, I was looking at the Italian dressing. Laugh at me for the way I say it.
Nope. Inside, yes. Inside, yes.
And I was looking at, how much fat is in it in 2 tablespoons. And I'm like, who on earth actually only uses 2 tablespoons of dressing? When you have, a full-size salad, I'm talking your dinner is a salad, not just, a side salad. Mm. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I use at least 2 times that much at least. Which then you start looking at it and you're like, that's like 20 to 30 grams of fat in the dressing.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. So I don't know. I just decided I was going to see if I could find a recipe on the internet. Found a recipe. My mom and dad stopped by today and they brought Indy, and there was 3 things I didn't have, but they were going to Meijer, and I'm like, Mom, can you get me this and this and this? So they got me everything I needed, and I made homemade dressing, and it's so good.
It looked good. What'd you put it in?
As silly as it is, homemade dressing always tastes 10 times better than the stuff in the store, because the stuff in the store just has so much fake stuff in it and preservatives. It's so much better when you make it fresh. I love fresh. I don't like ranch dressing, but I do love like fresh ranch dressing. When you actually make it at home, I like that so much better. So it doesn't have any oil in it, the dressing that I made.
And the oil comes from the egg, like mashing up the eggs, like the mayonnaise part?
Normally, like, well, if you're using a creamy dressing, yes. But if you're using like a vinaigrette dressing, normally there's like olive oil in it. And
yes, okay,
not
right.
that those, and I should clarify, it's not that those fats are bad for you, because they are good for you. You need fats in your body, and olive oil is a healthier fat. You just don't need that much.
Right, I already have fat in my body.
Exactly. I would like to, like, not
Right.
add more. So anyway, I used the vinegar. There's like vinegar in it, and then you actually take water and cornstarch, which is the weirdest thing, and you mix it together, and it makes it thick, so it gives you the illusion of oil, which is so weird. Okay. And then you add vinegar, and you can add whatever you want. Next time, I think I'm going to try it with actual just Italian seasoning, like the stuff you can buy. But this had oregano and dry mustard and a little tiny bit of sugar and salt and what's the red stuff called? Paprika?
Yeah.
That stuff.
No bell peppers or anything like that?
Nope, not in it. That'll go on the salad.
Right.
But it was really like, I finished it right before we started podcasting, and I tried it because I have bell peppers cut up because we're making salad for dinner tonight. And I cannot believe how good that was. Like, it blew my mind. I'm like, that is better than any dressing I've ever bought at the store ever.
I've never had homemade dressing at all.
Oh, I like making homemade dressing.
Yeah, I see what you mean, though, about there not being enough per serving size. When one of my vlogs, I was making a salad, and Crystal's like, here's a serving size. And she actually has a measurer that'll measure what it says on the bottle. And then she poured 2 of them on there, and I'm like, that's it.
Right?
So it still tasted a little Jurassic Park-ish. But... But I get it. That's where all the fat is in that yummy dressing.
Yeah.
But yours looked good. It looked like the wishbone.
Yeah, it was. Dressing. I'll send you a picture of it so you can put it up here if you want. But yeah, I was really, I was kind of blown away by how good it was. Like, I was blown away. I really want to try making a Caesar dressing, because I really like Caesar dressing, and I found a recipe that's kind of similar. I mean, you still have to use anchovies, and anchovies have their own oil in them, but that's okay.
Right. You have to use...
For real Caesar dressing, has to have anchovies.
I heard you have to file, like, sign papers and stuff before they'll let you check out any of that fish oil. Post Tiger King. But yeah, like I said, I've never even thought about making my own dressing.
The other benefits of making homemade dressing, because I've done it before, is one, it's better for you because it doesn't have all this. It doesn't last as long. It lasts it's usually shelf stable for about 2 weeks, depending on if you do it like a cream based or a vinegar based or whatever. Usually about 2 weeks. Vinegar based can last a lot longer, but the amounts, like, I made a little tiny jar that I'll probably get through, 4 times we'll have salad or something,
right.
Or whatever I put it on. But the cost is minuscule compared to what you pay for dressing in the store. It took me not even 5 minutes to make. Like, it was so fast, so easy. And it's so much better. And dressing does go bad, even the dressing with preservatives in it. So sometimes you buy a dressing and then it sits there and then you're like, oh, well, I bought, red dressing and now I'm not using it and now it's bad. So I feel like this is a better, I'm not wasting so much food. And I like the idea of that.
There's, in this house, what gets consumed the most? Blue cheese. Everybody loves blue cheese. Blake and I are the only two that really like Caesar dressing. And
I love Caesar dressing.
I do too. And I'm the only one that likes all the vinegar dressings.
Yeah, see, I love between Caesar dressing and vinegar-based dressings, and all the vinaigrettes. And I love vinegar-based dressing.
Yes, yeah. When it's pizza time, and oh, by the way, happy pizza day.
Happy Pizza Day.
Happy National Pizza Day. I prefer to pull off my crust and dip it in that sauce rather than ranch.
I've never thought of that, but now I have this really amazing dressing. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I pull mine apart, and I like the vinegar-based dressing because to me it pairs better with like pizza. After I got the popular sickness, I had some ranch. It tasted bad. It tasted like bad. So dressing. I don't know if things are weird for me now or what, or I'll try it again. I haven't tried it since. But everybody else said the ranch tasted fine. I dipped something in it and tasted it, and it was the most sour taste ever.
I don't like. What brand of ranch do you guys buy?
Hidden Valley, and there's Hidden Valley, and then there's that other one with the label on it. I don't recall what it is. It's like it looks more expensive, and it's got like a. That's the label. Lighthouse? That's me making the label.
Is it like the Lighthouse one or something? The one you buy that's already cold?
No, I don't get those dressings. Those are by like the Bob's Big Boy stuff.
Marzetti's.
I don't know. I'll have to find what brand.
It's funny that we instantaneously start talking about food. I guess it is National Pizza Day, so
it's National Pizza Day. Yeah, we have a lot more food talking about. Wait till we get to our Super Bowl.
Right.
Let's see, popular dressing.
There's like a Marzetti's dressing, but I think you can only get that. I think that's cold. And then there's the one with the dude on it that I can never remember.
The one with the dude, like Paul Newman?
Like, yeah, it's like Paul, it's like, I don't know what it is. Not Paul Newman.
I found it. It's this Ken's, how do I?
Ken's. Ken's. Isn't that the one with the guy on it?
No, it's just like it's just a regular label. Here, I'll put it. Ken's dressing. See, it's that label. I don't know if you've seen that label before.
Yes.
That's the one that we get that's the most popular here.
Yeah, I like Ken's Caesar dressing.
Yes. Okay. Yes. This one here, the creamy Caesar.
Yeah, I like that one.
So that's the one we have. That's the one we have mostly.
Right.
That's the one we have mostly. But I don't know. I mean, I like salads. Crystal eats salads every day for lunch, so I try to get in on it. Today I got in on it, and I did have light dressing because I know, inquiring minds want to know because I did read the back of the bottle.
I'm gonna have to send you this dressing recipe, and you're gonna have to make it.
I would try it.
I think you would like it. The nice thing about it is, like if you want it to be more of a certain flavor, you just add different seasonings to it. You make it, and then you let it sit for about 2 hours so everything blends together, and then it's good to go.
That sounds good. I'll be the only one that
you put it in a jar and you shake it.
Small thing. That's the best part because you buy them they're all separated. I'm like, I'm gonna shake it up and make it not separated. Yep. Yes. So before we get on with this week's episode, people were pretty stoked about your Clubhouse talk last week. Most people were pretty stoked, and people went on and did a bunch of stuff. They got Clubhouse accounts. They were doing stuff on Clubhouse. Even somebody took the AR knowledge that we gave a couple weeks ago and made their own AR app for their the little head things for their pet channel. I thought that was pretty cool. I was stoked.
So cool.
I was stoked. So cool. Yeah, I was stoked to read that. So thanks for all the positive feedback. I'm glad we could help some of you guys.
Yeah.
But that segued me real quick into another comment that I read here. And somebody says, Dan, and this is on our YouTube page. If you guys are watching the video version of the podcast at CC Mouse Podcast on YouTube, Dan, your hands look stubby when you clap. I know they're not. So what's up with that, dude? So
what?
It made me laugh. I couldn't stop laughing. So
I never understand people. I'm going to ask an inappropriate question because I can.
I like this.
I know, but it's still.
I like this. My hands, do they look They don't look stumpy. They don't.
It's probably because of your pinky fingers. I still think that there's a lot of people out there that don't know that that your pinky fingers are bent.
They don't go straight, and let me tell you why. They don't go straight because they're efficient and they're ready to grab. All your hands are good for is grabbing. While your lazy hands are way back here, like not clocked out. Mine are ready to grip stuff. It's great. I can't. Things don't fall out of my hand as much. It's nice. My rubber bands need to be longer, I guess, and then I'd have more fingers. They go straight. It's just not fun.
Right.
It's not fun. But I think it's like stubby from I don't know if they're angled weird.
I don't know. My hands look tiny.
Your hands are tiny.
Yeah. Here's me holding a can.
Right. Yeah. It's huge. You have opposite of like Andre the Giant, where it looked really tiny in his hands. Right. It just looked so small.
I think that's why people always think my dogs are way bigger than they are, because they usually see it's usually me interacting with them on camera. Mm-hmm. And like even in like the videos of where hugging my dog and all these things where I'm really, really on camera, my dogs do look big. When I watch it, I think the same thing. I'm like, wow, if people if they don't know that I'm under average height, that they would think that my dogs were huge.
Yeah.
And they usually do.
Yeah.
That's the first thing it's either, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were that short, or oh my gosh, I thought your dogs were so much bigger, is what I hear the most whenever we go to conventions and stuff.
You can even hear you look about my size, and realistically, I'm sitting 40 feet back from the camera, and you're like right up, you're right up to there. There's still a long ways to go. Yeah, but I do agree. The dogs do look bigger. It looks bigger on TV.
Yeah,
It looks bigger on TV. Oh, speaking of TV, did you see the Gorilla Glue girl?
I did.
Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen this, here, I got a picture on the screen. This poor girl ran
so
out
bad for her.
of Got to Be Glue. And you sent me this TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So you sent me this TikTok, and she picks up the Got to Be Glue, and I'm like, oh no, is this about to be like a video about how Got to Be Glue is not good for your hair? Because I've been using that on my mohawk for close to 11 years.
Right.
And I'm going, oh no, like, is my head going to fall off? And not like my hair, like the whole top of my head.
Right.
My brain will be there exposed, and then you can see the hamsters right in the wheel. And this poor lady she ran out of her Got to Be Glue.
She ran out of her Got to Be Glue, and I think because Got to Be Glue is called Got to Be Glued, she found a can of Gorilla Glue spray and decided for some reason to use that. And I mean, you know what? We all make mistakes. I touched Great Stuff foam with my hands once. Don't ever do that. You're supposed to wear gloves. Don't ever touch it with your hands. Doesn't come off. It's 10 times worse than super glue.
Yeah, it's just there forever.
Oh god, it's horrible. It's horrible.
That's one of my things is the fears that I have is like getting like super glue in my eyes or getting super glue in your eyes shut.
Yeah. So she took the Gorilla Glue spray and she sprayed it on her hair. And then she made a TikTok and said something like that it had already been, I think that when she made the TikTok, she said she'd already washed her hair like 15 times. And then Gorilla Glue responded to her comments.
Yeah. Hashtag new mascot.
Yeah, so Gorilla Glue responded to her comments, and they're like, you can try acetone, but if it's already... So I guess the concern was because it had already been there for so long.
3 days.
Yeah, they were really concerned that, like, it probably already damaged the roots of her hair. And Gorilla Glue is very... it's toxic. It's not something you want to put on your skin and leave there. So the last I heard, she was at the hospital. And that's the last I heard. Like, have you gotten any updates since then?
I saw that plastic surgeons reached out to her to help her. I'm not sure what the problem is. Is it that it's fused up against the flesh and stuff? So
yes.
Like we have to scrape underneath there to like get it off?
So the Got to Be Glue is it's a lot like not Got to Be Glue. I'm sorry. The Gorilla Glue is a lot like super glue. Gorilla Glue is like resistant to water and moisture and things like that. So when you put it on something, it's designed to make a seal that nothing is going to get through. So when she put it on her hair like that, she pretty much sealed it onto her head.
Scalp.
Yeah. So the worry is, how do you get that off? And the Gorilla Glue people said to use acetone, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
She has an Instagram, but I don't remember what it is.
There's a doctor or a plastic surgeon who said that they could try to do this over a 3-day procedure. It's about $13,000. Oh, she raised $13,000 to fly to LA.
Really?
To do it. So maybe she'll go that route. I also see her in the hospital.
So they were going to try to.
I am not sure what they're going to do, and that's horrible. I laughed at the video because that's she wouldn't have put it out.
Right.
She wouldn't have put it out there. So
right.
Yeah, I didn't find this story. She brought this story to us.
Yes,
I laughed and everything, and then you sent me the link to the follow-up story, and then that's when you could just see her face and the heartbreak.
Yes.
Oh
my
gosh.
I found her updates on Instagram. So she went to the hospital. It looks like they gave her a bunch of sterile water. Oh, I think she's having surgery.
Is she? What's her Instagram name?
Her Instagram is IM_D_old lady. OLLADY. She's verified on Instagram now. The last time I checked out her Instagram, she only had like 200,000 followers, and now she has 704,000 followers.
Oh, man.
Oh, my god. It's so crazy. Her name is Tessica.
Oh, I hope you get what you need. She has a GoFundMe.
I heard she has a GoFundMe.
She has a GoFundMe. 15 grand?
Holy cow.
You know?
But she doesn't have any, like, updates about, like, she was at the hospital.
Because she's probably just a real person. Like, and then
she is a real person. And she's posted a couple of times and was like, I know everybody's concerned. I'm receiving texts, phone calls, emails. I'm trying to get to everybody. For those who know me, I'm not that person to break down easily. Everybody truly has my back, blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to find out if she has any updates. Like, did you get the stuff out of her hair?
I feel bad for her.
Oh.
I can tell by her hair, that thing is just, like, you can't even see
painful.
the indentation where you have hair. It was just completely smooth.
3 hours ago, she posted on Instagram and she said she's leaving tomorrow to go see a surgeon. So I don't know what they're going to do. Like, I don't think they're going to... I think she wants to... I mean, you would want to try to save your hair. But I'm sure there's companies out there, too, that are like, oh, well, if you have to lose all your hair, we'll send you wigs. And we'll, it's that kind of a thing. And I'm sure Gorilla Glue even is probably reaching out. They've reached out to her a couple times, so I'm sure that they probably don't want to get sued either.
No, that's not that. She did it. She said
she did do it.
She did it. Did you ever have any bad haircut fails growing up?
Not that I remember. Yes, I cut my hair really short once, and Jamie hated it, and he said I was never allowed to cut my hair again.
Is that the picture that I've seen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought it was. It was definitely 90s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was definitely 90s. I have that picture. I can make that picture appear.
No, I don't think you can.
It's like, I don't think you can. As you run your thumb across your neck. Like, wait a minute. I've had some bad ones. Like I said, when I was 8, I had my initials carved in the back of my head. I had a flat top. And I had DM carved in the back of my head. It looked like Danger Mouse. I've had spiky hair shaved on the side so it looked like an eraser. I grew my hair long one time and dyed it orangish. Like from an over-the-counter dye, like a box dye. Right. And then I did it, and I immediately got in the car and went to hockey practice and put on my helmet and skated around, and it just looked like a crime scene. I've had some bad ones. I mean, I've had mullet. I got like a mullet going on here. So I've gone through that, but I've never destroyed my hair like she has. I mean, I'm on my way to doing it now. Yeah,
it'll be. I'm interested to see like the updates of what happens, because it says she's going to a surgeon. Definitely. So I'm interested to see like that update. What are they going to do? I predict that they're going to have to just do something to dissolve it all, and it's like Nair. Like I saw a guy, I saw maybe you sent it to me. The dude made a mohawk on TikTok, and he took a piece of duct tape and just put it on his head like a mohawk, and took Nair and just went all over it, and then took a towel and wiped all the Nair off. And pulled the duct tape off. It worked. It wasn't like mine. It was like Mr. T, like low light. Right. But yeah, so maybe they'll put some sort of dissolve on there, because that Nair stuff in that video, when he just took his towel, it was down to the skin. Right. That's scary. Well, that's what they say. The acetone is supposed to help with the Gorilla Glue, but you're not supposed to use acetone on your skin. It'll dry out your skin. Yeah. And you're not supposed to put it on your skin for too long. So I don't know. I don't know what a surgeon's gonna do, but. Good luck, Gorilla Glue girl. Like a surgeon. I hope you get better, and I can't wait to hear the updates. Yeah, me too. That was sad. I know. Aww. So Jess, I know, I felt bad for her. I did too. Like I said, the first video was funny, is all jokes and stuff, but then like the second video, like I could see her soul through her eyes. Yeah. And she was like, oh my gosh. And there was I don't know if that, I mean, I'm sure that's her hair, but like that's a lot of hair. That's a lot of hair. I've learned that hair doesn't grow you don't get very far in a year. No. I know. What a way to reach internet fame. I don't know fame, but attention. I saw everybody. I think even Drake was tweeting at her like, yo, girl, you okay? Yeah. Aww. So Jess, everybody's got a 3D machine these days. Blake's got one. Everybody's got a 3D. They're all making stuff. It's only a matter of time before they do crazy things like make bigger objects, like 3D airplanes. Would you ever fly in a 3D built airplane? I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know either. But here's the latest thing, Jess. 3D houses. 3D houses. And I'm not talking... At first, when you guys think 3D house, you might think like, oh my gosh, like plastic?
Right.
No, it's not plastic. Which we've seen a plastic house before, because those dudes, those Britain dudes or whatever, made a Lego house. We were watching that show when I was out there last night. They made, But this, everybody, is a 3D house that is made out of cement. We have a picture of it up here on the screen. I have actually seen like a mini documentary on one of these not too long ago, maybe a year or so ago.
Right.
Have you ever seen any of this stuff, Jess? Like with your eyes or anything?
Not with my eyes, no. Like not in real life. So
I watched this time lapse of them making it, and it's just like this arm, and it's this little machine that just draws like curb size like lines and stuff wherever you need it to go, and then it makes layers upon layers upon layers upon layers, just like you would think a 3D printer works.
Right.
So that's all the new thing. 3D houses, but you can see in the picture how horrible the resolution is on there, though. You can see all the band. Can you see all that? You can see all the banding in there. I can make that bigger of how big the resolution looks on there. Oh,
right.
That looks awful. So that's all it is they just keep going over and over and over the pieces with cement. But like my house has got insulation.
Not cement with plastic, right? Or was it cement or plastic?
This one might be plastic. I've seen them do it in cement. I think it's cement.
Oh.
Let me see here. Look it.
That's so crazy.
I made my website go away. Hold on a second. It's 3D printed house costs about 50% less to make than a regular house. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I could bring up this picture of it.
That's a considerable difference in price. If it's really 50% less.
It is ugly. That's the thing. It is dang ugly. Here, let me find the side of it. Look at that. It looks like bees made it. It looks like a beehive or something. But
it could be a good solution for creating houses in places that have a lack of housing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get material there, but just don't live there. I don't know. That thing looks real. I mean, they're trying to make it nice. Crazy. That is ugly.
That's so crazy. I wonder if you could 3D print it and then still put siding on the outside of it if you wanted to.
I don't know. You could, but look, it's just so layered there. They need thinner resolution or something like that.
How weird.
Costs about $300,000 for this thing.
Wow. How many bedroom is it? 2 bath, 3 bedroom house, standard house?
It just depends, I think. Can you do add-ons? Can I customize add-ons?
And it says a 50% price of the cost of a standard house, but is it a 50% price in New York?
I mean, this house here, that house would be $600,000 in LA.
Yeah, no,
especially with all that property there. Yeah, that would be maybe where you live, maybe 150.
Yeah.
But I think this is ugly. But they're on the right track of building stuff.
Yeah.
We're already building artificial hearts and limbs and all this stuff. I guess why not houses?
Yeah, really, why not?
Yeah, but they can get it up 10 times faster. Okay.
So
3
crazy.
bedrooms, 2.5 car garage, detachable. By what? Can I build my own rooms and stuff? I don't know. I mean, this picture of this other house here looks like it's a little bit better resolution, but I don't know. We can make things more affordable and safer. We can use the technology to tackle homelessness. I guess if they can just make little blobs that are heat treated.
Yeah.
I guess you could. I don't know. I don't want a 3D house. I would take a tiny house.
Right.
But a 3D house, I don't know. I don't know about that. It just looks too crude, or it looks like if it got hot, it would fall over. It looks like somebody tried to do one of those nailed it cakes.
It would be interesting to see over time how long they last, compared to a stick-built house.
Oh, yeah, huh? I feel like it would fall over. I mean, the stuff that Blake makes on a 3D printer is steady, but it's not made out of cement.
Right.
So,
yeah, it'd be interesting to see over time, what issues structurally do those houses have?
Right, and how much control do you have over the making of it? Is it running off of a computer with an arm, or is there a jig that it's outlining itself on?
And what do you do if you want to add on to the house? Are you able to cut into the walls, or does that become more difficult?
Yeah, that's
it'd be interesting.
Because I wonder, Jamie's been putting up that house forever.
Right.
Him and his cousin have been putting up that house for a long time. I wonder if it'd have been more efficient just to use that machine.
I think it would have been more efficient for them to just buy the big shed from Home Depot and convert it.
Right, right. Yeah, because I guess how would you do that? You'd have to have somebody who come out. Eventually, you could rent the equipment. I bet like in 10 years from now, you could probably rent the equipment to do it. But for now, you'd probably have to have somebody come out and man the equipment. So maybe not. I don't know. As of now, I think I'm still just going to stick to, standard walls.
Right.
Standard walls and insulation, as long as bees aren't coming out of it. Remember when the bees were coming out of my wall?
I do.
So before we move on here, I have something to show you. Check this out.
Okay.
There's a painting. Check this out. Crakeman photographed on Instagram was inspired to make a CC Mouse podcast painting.
Oh my
Look, and you can see Country Mouse, City Mouse on this painting. I think this is so cool. I like what her version of my town is. There's a space shuttle there.
Yep.
So we do have that.
There's
a cactus. Ours don't look like that. That's like more like Texas. But yes, we do have cactus. My roads do look like that. That's exactly what my roads look to. And there's a big wall right there. And I think that's where the Maze Runner starts. Like that's the maze for the Maze Runner there. So all these things are pretty dang accurate to my town. Yours is in the Shire. I like that. There's a cave there.
That's where I live.
There's a tree with a hole in it. That's where the honey is.
Yep.
And some of the lily pads. I thought that was fantastic. And if you notice up here when you look up at the top where it says CC Mouse Podcast, you have the mouse ears on it, and I have a mohawk.
And you have a mohawk.
And I kind of actually like that on the top of the CC Mouse Podcast. It's kind of inspiring for maybe a future logo, a minimalist logo. Right. I love this. So thank you for thinking of us, Crazy One Photographed. When you painted your stuff, the idea struck for a painting of my favorite podcast. Thank you so much.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's super rad. Hang it on the wall or send it to me. So I can hang it on my wall because I think that's super dang cool.
That's pretty cute.
All right, Jess, it's time for our thumbnail topic of the week. This is the topic of the week where we talk about that becomes our thumbnails and hope to catch more YouTube fish. This week, yes, everybody's pretty much talking about it, whether you choose to ignore it or not. It was Super Bowl Sunday on Sunday. How'd you spend your Super Bowl Sunday? I'm sure it wasn't watching the Super Bowl game.
No, I was editing videos.
That's okay. I got your back on all of this to bring you...
I watched some of the commercials online, but I still didn't get through all of them.
It's, you saw the good ones, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw the only one that mattered.
Yeah. I'm not, growing up, I enjoy sports. Like, I don't mind sports. I'm a hockey fan. Growing up, I watched a lot of football way back in the 90s. But this year, I followed football. Not too close, but I followed it because there was no hockey. So I wanted to see how it would end, how the season was going to end and stuff like that. So I was all excited. It was Tom Brady and this other kid in the Super Bowl, and they were going head to head. And the sports people really, really hyped it up. They really, really, really hyped up the fact that the kid was like 14 years old when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl, and it's his idol, and they're going to go head to head and all that good stuff. They sold it. It was going to be a game, I quote, of the ages. It ended up being over at halftime pretty much, and it was it wasn't sad, but like it was kind of boring. The game was just kind of
wasn't
boring.
A good game.
Nope, and now that's all you need to know about the game. The best part of the whole game was the streaker.
I did see that.
Oh my gosh. It's like, Dan, why are you watching the Super Bowl? Because I think, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. I talked about it somewhere on media. I just want to see something happen. It's been a long time since the guy flew into the arena with his jetpack on. Remember that? They did that in a Mike Tyson boxing fight. I think the guy flew into the arena. It's been a long time since we've had somebody come running out and kiss the pitcher on the mound. So this time, somebody finally started streaking. And I could tell something was going on when the players were backing up, and there was a wide-angle camera. And I'm like, something's happening! And then sure enough, I see the dude running through the 50-yard line, and they immediately changed camera angles to a zoomed-in shot of the quarterback of the... I don't know who, one of the quarterbacks. And I'm like, no! And then I hear the crowd cheering, oh! And I'm like, oh my gosh, he broke a tackle! And then I hear him cheering again, and then, oh! I'm like, oh, he got it. So it was out there for like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, but they wouldn't.
And why wouldn't they just put that on TV?
You know why? Because everybody sucks these days. It's not fun like it used to be in the 80s and the 90s. Like, it's not fun anymore. Oh my gosh, we can't do that.
Right.
I mean, the guy was trying to undress a little bit into his pink thong to promote adult entertainment sites.
Right.
But, so they didn't want to show that on TV. But who are we kidding? We've been home all year. We know all about all the adult entertainment sites. I don't know what new site you think you're going to spring on us that we're not already on to. So he goes running around, and then sure enough, a little while later, our boy TikTok's got our back. 50 different angles of this guy running around, and he broke a tackle, and everybody was cheering. Dude, when you hear the people cheer, let them have their moment. You got to serve the audience. But that security dude ran and nailed him at the 1 yard line. I don't know if he got in the end zone or not, but that was the best. That was the best football play of the night. I was stoked. I was pumped up. Oh my god! I'm sure you saw replays of that, right?
Oh yeah. I saw multiple replays of that.
How fun! Well worth it. I could see under the right situation doing that. There'd have to be a lot of us in the stands. We'd have to have the right amount of beers. Because you don't get in too much trouble, right? Like, what do you get?
I have no idea.
You get a little bit of a fine. You get arrested, maybe booked a little bit. You're not in trouble. You're not going to the slammer.
You're not going to prison?
Right, yeah. You're not going to the slammer. So, maybe unless the guy was drunk. But I could see myself streaking. I would do well for a while, and then I'd be gassed. I watch so many high-speed pursuits, and when the guys get out of the car and they run, they're just running through the park, and all they do is park on the other side of the park, and he's got his hands behind his head, out of breath because he gassed himself already trying to get there. You got to, it's got to be a slow game. So I'd get out there and jog, because you got 5 or 6 seconds before somebody figures out what's going on.
Right.
And then I could see myself hopping out there. That might have to go on the list. But during a Super Bowl, which was oddly full of over 30,000 cardboard cutouts.
Yep.
So crazy. With people mixed in between.
I was to say, there was people there too.
Yes, there was people mixed in between. It was all the healthcare workers in Florida that lived in Florida. So I'm looking, and they're showing like a crowd shot pretty up close, and it's showing all the cardboard cutouts, and Dr. Disrespect is there. Dr. Disrespect. So, and I saw there was other social media people there. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Then I found out you could buy a cardboard cutout. Which sucks because I want my place there. Like, I want my face there. I saw some of the cutouts were so bad, like Grandma did it, where like if this was the cardboard cutout right here, it was like Johnny's head was like off to the side of like where the head, it was like halfway up there. Like people couldn't upload it, bad resolution. But then I went to Dr. Disrespect's page, and he had a whole Super Bowl kit. Like they sent him like one of those like creator kits. So I don't know what kind of sponsorship program it was, but it worked because for 2 seconds, Dr. Disrespect was on the screen, and I was stoked. I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm having a good Super Bowl day, like, only watching the crazy stuff.
Right.
I didn't watch the Puppy Bowl. I don't know if you did, hosted by Snoop Dogg.
No, I didn't watch the Puppy Bowl.
I don't know what he's going to feed them.
All the puppies are sleeping.
Right. So I was watching it, and then the halftime show came up, and it was that Weeknd band, which apparently you either know who they are or who the heck's the Weeknd. And I listened to a few of their songs.
There's an age gap, I think. For most people, I think there's an age gap. There's like this hard age thing where nobody knows, you're like too old to know who they are. But then there's those of us that listen to music still today, like even the new stuff, so I know who they are.
Exactly, but here's the thing. So The Weeknd is pretty kind of poppy, but they have that 80s sounding song out, so everybody should know it. Like Crystal and Crystal's mom, they had no clue, and I played a few songs because they have more than one song.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, okay, Crystal still, no idea. You watched any of the halftime show, you said?
I watched it, yeah.
So I see a lot of memes going around, which you've done your job. If you can turn yourself into memes from something accidentally, it's golden. So I'm not really sure what they were what story they were telling there or what was going on the Super Bowl.
Right.
But the halftime show was kind of crazy.
It was very cringe. It was very interesting. And yeah, like there was so much going on, and it was weird. And I don't know. Like, I watched it after, and the only reason I ended up watching even the halftime show was because I was on Facebook. Like I said, I was doing a bunch of stuff, and then I knew the halftime show was happening or over because literally everybody posted about it. It just blew up. Right. It was the worst or it was the best. There was no in between. It was either, oh my gosh, I hated it. Who are these people? Why are they wearing jock straps on their face? Like, it was the weirdest thing.
yeah, it was weird. So most of the people were not happy because they wanted somebody else to come out. Because like before the kickoff show, Miley Cyrus was out there doing stuff like her and Billy Idol and Joan Jett. Billy Idol looks like a wax figure of Billy Idol, and Miley Cyrus just pretty much grinded on it. So people were mad that nobody else came out but The Weeknd.
Right.
And it's like,
because a lot of times
I
in the
thought so
Super Bowl
too.
shows,
Every time.
a lot of times on the Super Bowl shows, that's exactly what happens.
Right, every
you know,
time they
here's
do.
who it's going to be, and then somebody comes out and surprises.
Right. This time nobody did, and people were sad. Even me, I was like, who's gonna come out? Is it Britney? Like, what's going on? But, you know, what do we want? Do we want Joe Perry for Aerosmith coming out, back grinding on somebody while he plays parts of Walk This Way? Like, what do we want? You know, so I don't know.
And yeah, it's hard. Like right now, it's supposed to be all this social distancing and stuff. So do they really want to promote? Hey, look, now we're gonna just have more people on stage. Like then you're gonna make more people upset. So it's hard.
It did look pretty to me though. It looked pretty. Like I like the stage setup. It almost looked like a play.
Right.
But I don't know what the heck was going on. So check this out. So everybody's got their like masks on their head or underwear. I don't with their red jackets. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like be internet famous. So here I go putting on underwear, trying to talk about me missing the halftime show. Like I knew I had something to do today with underwear on my head. If you guys want to see this, you can go to all my social medias because I thought it was the greatest thing ever at the time. Or you can go to the video version of this podcast on YouTube at CC Mouse Podcast and see me with a pair of underwear on my head. There was no white underwear. I had to celebrate for... What's to celebrate? I had to settle for gray underwear, Jess. But here's the thing. That's Blake's underwear. I was that sure that this thing was going to be the greatest thing, and then I did it first since I have a red jacket, but my underwear don't look like that, so I had to like get those things. I put it on my face. I had to squish it up because Blake's bigger than me. I made that, and nobody cared. Like three people cared. I saw other people do it online, and everybody loved it. And it was on the front of TikTok, but I did it. Like, as the Super Bowl was ending, like, as halftime was ending. And it was a big whammo.
Maybe your video wasn't long enough.
Those underwear were on my face long enough, Jess. That was only a snippet that you saw. You didn't see the 2 minutes before that where I'm rolling it in, regretting my life, wondering if this is even legal or not.
Are these clean?
I just more like, is this legal? Can I do this? So the only reason that the Super Bowl was really a theme on Sunday is one, there ain't nothing to do, we're all going crazy. And two, It's a day of cooking stuff.
Right?
Cooking stuff. So Crystal had this great idea that we were going to cook a bunch of things. And we did. She's like, we're going to make homemade crunch wraps. And I am a big crunch wrap fan from Taco Bell. I don't know if you are.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the crunch wraps are good. It's as close as I'm ever going to get to a double-decker taco until it becomes retro enough in its canceled stage to be brought back.
Right.
And so we made these crunch wraps, and they were amazing. They were perfect.
Yeah.
It was exactly like it was at Taco Bell. I was so excited. I had another one last night, and I might even have one more tonight, and then I'll be out of it. So we made that. I made a bunch of like pretzel bites. We made a bunch of pretzel bites, and what else? We made a bunch of good food and stuff. It was really, really good. So all I did was just eat. Oh, I know. I made some guacamole dip.
Guacamole?
Yeah, like waka. I made some guacamole dip, and it was good. Here's a picture of the picture of the crunch wrap actually was thick, and it came out good. That's me.
That looks really good.
It looks really good. That's me trying to be as aesthetically pleasing as I can while holding a crunch wrap in my face and figuring out where to put this picture later. So pretty much all I did was like feast on snacks, because that's the best time to feast on snacks.
It's an excuse to do it.
It is, and the only Super Bowl pictures of people that I liked were people's snack pictures.
Right.
Were people's snack pictures. So Jess,
I don't even remember what we made Super Bowl Sunday.
On Super Bowl Sunday, I don't know. I didn't talk to you very much.
No, I was crazy busy.
Yeah, I think at the end of the night, you're like, "Did you like your football?" And I'm like, "It's almost over."
When was Sunday?
It was pretty much a whole just day of doing stuff for me.
Oh, we had salad.
Oh, right. Okay. And then the day before that, and then the day before that. Yeah.
No, we had salad then, but we're having it again today because I don't want all that stuff to go bad.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Here's the thing for me. Right now, I have too many sauces. All you guys have been kind enough to send me so many sauces that all I did was take the pretzel and just use it as a vessel to dip sauces.
Right.
You know, and then I ended up buying a bag of Lay's unflavored potato chips, and I've been squirting honey sriracha. Oh my gosh, this is where my calorie problem's coming in, Jess. When you look at the back, it says 70 calories a serving, and I know there's a lot of servings in there, and I just squirt it on and put it in my mouth. So
and it's like one tisp.
It is, right? If you sniff it, it's 40 calories. 40 calories a whiff. Can I get a halfway? I need to plug one nostril. I'm losing weight.
You said that you bought the unflavored chips.
Yes, just
I keep feeling like you should start doing those weird TikTok trend videos for your shorts where, like, have you seen the one where they take the unflavored chips and they boil them and make mashed potatoes?
No, what?
You take a regular bag of Lay's potato chips, pour the whole thing in a pot of boiling water until it's like instant potatoes because the chips are all dried.
Right.
And then you put it in a strainer and you drain out all the water and you add a little bit of milk and butter and then you have mashed potatoes out of a bag of potato chips.
From. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not done that, but I have seen something that just came up today where somebody tagged me in and they were doing it with Flaming Hot Cheetos. Yeah, I saw that That's
too.
where that came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
So now people are like putting bags of chips into boiling water, and I thought it was funny.
I would definitely
you should do that as a food review and see if it's actually any good. There's a channel I watch on TikTok where that's what they do. They're like, is it food or fake? Like, is it stunt food or stunt food? And so he'll watch TikTok videos like that and he'll be like, this is stunt food. If you make this, it's not going to be good. Or, this is real food. If you make this, it's actually going to be good. Or these people are just doing it for the views. So I just thought I'm like, you should make the mashed potatoes.
Look, a lot of people asked me to do this in the comments. They all want me to.
I think it would be hilarious for a short form video.
Try this. I didn't know what it was. I just saw it this afternoon and it's with the Flaming Hot Cheetos. So. Yep. Is that okay? I didn't know that this thing was.
It's trending. It's a huge trend right now.
I can get those. I like flaming hot stuff. Here's the thing that didn't turn me off when I looked at it, but it's like I just did the flaming hot mac and cheese and it was gross.
Right.
Not the jalapeno one, just the regular red box one. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what? Why not?
Well, you could always you could buy the other ones. They don't have to be the flaming hot ones. Buy the ones that you liked and see if you make the mac and cheese and it tastes the same.
It's a good point. You know what? Why not? I think I'll do that. I wrote that little thing down.
I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down. I think I'm gonna do it because I have to eat something. Like that's what I do. So I have to eat something. So might as well eat that. No, I did not see the trend that they were doing it with that. So this is just they've just taken it to the extreme at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, yes. Yeah, I could
not to like take us way off the Super Bowl chat, but
I could've.
When you said you bought plain bag of chips, that's exactly
I could have done that. No, we've turned into Super Bowl food chat. On our way, all I'm trying to do is get to the commercials. That's on the back end of the Super Bowl talk is the commercials. So I have not tried that, but yes, I think I'm going to have to try that now because that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll have to make that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Jess, let's talk about Super Bowl commercials. I know you said you saw some of them online. I watched all the stuff. I knew like right at the 3:00 hour. Oh, they're playing them all morning because on Super Bowl day they just play all kinds of football stuff in the morning, which is really boring. And so I started watching some of the commercials. Some of them were good. Some of them made me literally like scared. Like, I don't like this.
Right.
And some made me smile. So what did you like, Jess? What did you like?
None of them mattered except for the Jeep commercial with Bruce Springsteen.
You love it. That's twice now.
That's my favorite one. Every year. They always like, not every year. It's not my favorite, but I loved it.
It was last year, the Groundhog's Day video.
I loved it.
That was fun. That was a fun
And when
one.
they did 4x4 Ever, and they like that was a Super Bowl commercial.
I remember that.
Yeah, because I have that song on my playlist because I love it.
I don't remember that. So there it is. There's the boss.
I feel like there's just something about the brand, like the Jeep brand, that just gets it. Like, I know that sounds really silly, but I don't know. I just feel like it's such a... Jeep is one of those brands that has been able to encompass so much into what they are. It's not just about a car. It's not just, hey, look at this car. I feel like they're able to do so much more, like with their commercials and even with what they do, besides just making cars. I don't know. I just think they do a really good job at it. And I really like the commercial.
They try to portray themselves as tough, but your guys' Jeeps climb things. Jamie was climbing rocks that were for sitting in his Jeep when we were hanging out. Like, so I get it. I didn't realize that was Bruce Springsteen at first. He's got big ears because I guess ears don't stop growing.
I guess not.
That's why I sprinkle little bits of salt on mine in hopes that they stay shriveled a little bit, a la snail. That's a la snail. But I saw it. It was good. It's good speech. It looked cold. Why is the boss? Yeah. Why is the boss riding in with no top on? That's very cold for him.
That's an old Jeep. Was that a CJ, I think.
It's cold.
That's like the one my buddy Dan here has.
It's so old that he might be as old as him. That might be his original one.
You never know.
The boss is in his 70s now.
Yeah.
Yep. So I didn't realize it at first until I watched it back that it was him. I don't know where he was going. He was driving. He looked lost. Maybe he couldn't find his way.
That's the point of having a Jeep. You don't have to have anywhere to go.
No, he couldn't find his way to the state fair for his gig. For his gig at 6 o'clock at night. So I thought it was good. They played that one a couple times.
Yeah.
They played that one a couple times. And that was your favorite.
Yeah, that is my favorite.
I did notice that they played lots of beer commercials that weren't just Budweiser, but they made sure, I think they played the Budweiser commercial talking about not playing the commercial, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
but I don't recall. But they're really stoked on their new Bud Light lemonade in the black cans. I haven't tried that.
The Bud Light lemonade in the black cans, I haven't tried that. And then the other one is the watermelon Mountain Dew.
Ooh, I saw everybody with their watermelon Mountain Dew. I still have the Voodoo Mountain Dew in my fridge. At this point, I should just save it next to my Mighty sauce from McDonald's for when it's retro again. The new Mountain Dew, is this new, or is this brought back new?
So it's new, and I guess it's actually a permanent flavor. Unlike all these other flavors that they do where they're here for a while and then they're gone. I guess they said they're keeping the watermelon for the foreseeable future.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks like Mountain Dew. I don't like
Mountain Dew. I don't drink Mountain Dew either.
I don't like it.
I don't know when the last time I had a sip of Mountain Dew was.
Jamie likes it. I don't like it.
I think maybe at the bike shop, someone's like, you have to try the Baja Blast. It's like the blue one. And I tried it, and it was fun. It was a fun drink. Oh, I did have the greatest fun drink, though, yesterday at Sonic Burger. I'd never done Sonic before. Like, one time I had a burger there years ago.
Really?
But I went there for a food review yesterday, and it's just like it is in the commercials. There's the overhang, and there's the TV screen there, and the menu's there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just like the movies. And so then I'm pulled in. I can touch screen order, or they'll speaker to me from there.
Right.
But I have an app, so I'm confused. I'm ordering through the app, and then I look over and I see nerds in their slushies. You can add like nerds to anything. So I'm like, yeah, there's no adults telling me that I can't do this. So I'm gonna do this. So Blake and I got nerds in our slushies, and it was a blue slushie. It was sugary, and the nerds made it like 10 times more sugary. But the nerds form Nerdtron, and they go back together to form a super nerd, and they get stuck in your straw. So
yeah, I bet.
So they get, I'll tell the story. They get stuck in the straw, and Blake and the cups that these slushies come in are styrofoam.
Yep.
And Blake's like, oh, they're stuck to the bottom. Shunk. And just pierces the bottom of his cup. And now he's like, Dad. And I'm like, what? Oh no. And it's just coming out all over the Jeep everywhere. So we do have video of it. It's in the food review video of us frantically panicking. We found tape at one point, and we were trying to tape it up.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Yes, of us trying to stop the leak from the Sonic cup. Yes, so that made me think of that. But the drink was amazing. Just be careful if you guys might want to try to get your nerds on the side, because it will clog.
Sprinkle them on.
It will clog.
Throw them in your mouth.
It will clog your straw. Right. Right. So yeah. So I don't think I will be doing any taste tests on the Mountain Dew at all. No, thank you. So, any other commercial that stuck out? Oh, yeah, one commercial that creeped me out, and I didn't pay a picture of it. There's the CBS All Access app, and now they've turned into Paramount. They're, like, rebranding themselves, where I guess do it while television's young, because television's really becoming it's not the Wild Wild West anymore. It's becoming super locked down and micro transactions for everything. So now they're Paramount Entertainment. So they're on the Paramount Mountain, and it's every IP ever, like, in one commercial. Like, Young Sheldon's there next to Captain Picard, next to Beavis and Butthead, next to like Snooki, I think, standing there, and they're all on the mountaintop, and it's just stimulus overload, and you're trying to see who's in the commercial, and there's no reason for Colbert to be interacting with the girl with the long hair that you don't see, and she's a ghost or whatever. It's the scary lady hair, and like it's like every Paramount character in like one commercial, and it's really weird. And I didn't like it. Paw Patrol's there, and they were
Patrol.
Yeah,
because out of everything, Paw Patrol belongs there.
It was everything. Yeah, let me see if I can. Find it. Paramount commercial Super Bowl, and it was just weird. It just wasn't right. Maybe I can find an image of it. No, I didn't like it. That was my least favorite. That
commercial I have not seen yet.
It's my. right. Someone's going by on the motorcycle, having more fun than I am. It was my least favorite Super Bowl commercial of all the Super Bowls. It was.
Yeah.
It just creeped me out. Let's see if I can find at least an image of it. Yeah, here's an image. Like, everybody's there. Everybody. Oh, RuPaul, hey, Colbert's there. Like, everybody's just on this mountaintop. And I can't tell if they're all just green screened. I'm sure they are. When I say green screen, like, nobody's on set talking to each other. It looks like they're all just talking wherever. Yeah, Jeff Probst from Survivor and Captain Spock was there. And the guy that they fired from one of the television shows. And now he got picked up on another one. It was just weird. I didn't like it. Oh, yeah, Ricky Ricardo's standing back there, by the way. So, well done. Well done. Did not like. Oh, wait, hold on. Well done. I did not like that. My favorite though Super Bowl commercial was the Edward Scissorhands commercial.
I don't think I saw that.
They redid
Is that the trailer for the new one.
No. This was just a commercial. It was just a commercial for like I don't recall what it was for. Maybe insurance or I know it was like self-driving cars.
What it was for?
What were you about to say?
I just was laughing because you said, I don't remember what it was for. Then they didn't do a very good job.
I do now. I think it was for self-driving cars because he was growing up. And Winona Ryder was in it too. I think I didn't even pick the picture. Winona Ryder's in it, like as an old mom. Like his name was Edward. No, it wasn't Edward. It's like Edgar. It was like Edgar Scissorhands or something like that. And he can drive now because it's self-driving cars. So I think he could sit there with his scissor hands. Because he's catching footballs and stuff, and the footballs are going flat. Looks like they repainted that neighborhood again, that one movie set neighborhood, to look like that for just that one scene, to look like the pastel-colored houses. But you're going to have to see Edgar Scissorhands, the best Super Bowl commercial of the year. Winona Ryder was great in it, being the mom, and so that was my favorite pick for Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I'll have to look for that one.
That one was really good. I did like that one. Other than that, the Super Bowl was the Super Bowl. If you like sports ball, you probably had a lousy time. Everybody rioted in the streets afterwards, and enjoy that super spreader event. Enjoy. I just never understood rioting like after your team won. They were beating up a one-way only sign on the ground. And that poor sign put up a good fight, but it lost. Bunch of idiots. Here in LA, no better. The Lakers win and they burn down police cars and then Shaq pays for them. Right? So, that's it.
Yeah, that's never made very much sense to me.
Never made much sense to me, too. As much as, like, I've done stupid stuff, right. Nothing like that. Like, I'm not ripping down my city after my team won. Right? Usually I'm crying, like, ah.
Right. You're supposed to be celebrating, not destroying everything.
So that wraps up Super Bowl LV, which I think is 55?
Is it 55? Is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the only reason you learn Roman numerals in school is just so you can use it for the Super Bowl. And that's the only reason I know the Roman numerals is because of the Super Bowl.
Hey, at least you know them.
Yeah, right. I say people that were trying to get the Monday after Super Bowl off as a holiday. Right. I see a lot of campaigning for that. I don't think that'll ever happen. No. I don't think that will ever happen.
No, just request that day off from work.
Right, or
most everybody's working from home now anyway, so like what difference does it make?
Or don't get lit. Or maybe this. Maybe like in the beginning, if I own a company and you told me that you were a Detroit Red Wings fan at the beginning of the season and then your team made it all the way to the end, maybe I might be nice for you. But nobody else who doesn't follow that team. And then you can have a half day or whatever to recover if you have to get blackout drunk and go smash signs. Who knows? Right. Who knows? And that's it. That brings us...
Memphis is awake.
To the end. Is
like,
it?
Yeah, Memphis is like, hey, I would like some pets.
Can we get...
It's normally Kira that's bothering. Come here, Memphis.
Can we see Memphis? Here, look. I can bring
you... I don't know if she'll jump up here. Come here.
Bring you up here.
Come here. Memphis, come here. Come here. Her tail's just going. Come here. Everybody wants to say hi. Come here. Come here, Memphis.
Nope, that's it.
She's like, I'm not doing it.
She's
literally standing right outside of my reach, but she don't want to jump in my lap, apparently. Do you want in my chair? Do you want to end the podcast? I could try to put her in the chair.
Well, you know what? You work on that. I'm going to go ahead and give Patreon shout-outs. Thank you just so much to everybody who's gone and donated to our Patreon. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all the support, and you make this happen. You keep us alive. Mostly important, you keep me alive, and I really appreciate it. So I do have some Patreon names here to read off. Husky Tales 101, Pamela Matthews, thank you so much. B. Graham, Jennifer Sheehan. My life so far so good. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. Brittany Crow, thank you. I know you're always around working on being our number one fan. Sharon Kahara, Ashton Van Zant, keep on flying, boy. Die Real Beal, follow her at Real Beal. I like her. Nicholas Tafuri, your last name is always so cool. Linda Tangness. Aww, cute dog. Looks like a seal. Steve Weston. Ooh, go follow Loki the Siberian, tearing it up on social media. Traveling Sheep, thank you so much. And Katie Harlow, our forever friends. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. Jess can't hear because her earpiece isn't in. Thank you.
I
guys.
have my earpiece in.
Okay, let's go over here. Let's go over here to the one shot.
Oh, so here. Okay. Are you looking at your hosting the podcast?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
So cute.
What do you think?
She's so cute. You guys are gonna have to check this out.
So
in the video version.
in today's news, guys, there was I didn't get enough tweets. I would like to file from a complaint. Any more tweets?
Cute prices are up.
Oh, you're gonna lay down. You can't lay down
That's
in this
it.
chair. You'll fall.
You have to sit in it.
She's trying to lay down.
That's your new. That's your new comfort. That's your new comfort pillow.
Okay, come on.
That's so.
Say bye.
That's so cute. Anyway, thank you guys
you
for
go.
supporting the show. Right now, there is a vlog up there of me trying to cook roast beef. So you'll have to find out if I nailed it or failed it. I think I wrote down: Did I glam it or did I Dan it? You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to check out and see. So thank you so much. There's these new story
Yes,
themes.
thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. I was paying attention.
No. You got us the visuals. Why I had us the audios. so cute, so cute. There's this little thing now. It's called Lens on Patreon, where you can do like a 30-second video and it disappears in 24 hours. So clunky.
Right.
They need to update that. So I've been trying to do those, but they give you an email every time you do one. So I've been trying to stick to like one every other day or so. But 30 seconds, there should be like a little dashboard or something, because I would love to do this for our Patreon subscribers.
Right.
Where you and I can just pick it up and be like, boom, 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 here we are. But it's a little bit intrusive right now. So if they can work on it a little bit, we could dial that in, then fine. But until then, Patreon's rocking, and so are you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's it, Jess. That's it. What do you got on tap after this? What's going on? Are you going to go back and
dinner.
Film 40 more videos?
No, I got to make dinner. And then I'm going to work on some shorts.
Do you have dinner? What's for dinner tonight?
Salad.
Oh, more salad? But I had salad for lunch, Jess. What am I going to eat for dinner?
Oh, I didn't have salad for lunch.
I did. So it's not my problem.
I had falafel waffle.
Oh, that's right. You made one of those things. They look cool. You liking your waffle machine still?
There is a video on that coming on Snow Dog's Cooking. Ooh. When I bring Snow Dog's Cooking back.
Yes, that's right.
I show you guys how to make falafel waffles. They were good. I liked them. Next time I will try a better recipe that I found. I used the recipe that was in, because I have the mini dash waffle makers. Mm-hmm. I used the recipe that was in their cookbook, and it was very basic, but that's also why I used it. I wanted to try something really basic and easy for the first one. But I found a better recipe that I will try next time around.
They look good so far. They don't look like they're burnt. They look like they're good when you're always using that waffle machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like the little mini dash waffle machine.
I've been trying to perfect that orange chicken. I've been trying orange chicken sauces and like mixing stuff together with the ketchup and the stuff to trying to perfect orange chicken. I'm almost there because I really like orange chicken.
In the Instant Pot?
What's that?
In the Instant Pot?
I haven't done it. I was making it like on the stove, like a glaze.
There's a really good recipe that I found that's got a lot of 5-star ratings. For
you should send me that, because I'd like to compare it to what I do and like maybe like interweave them.
Right.
All right, let's wrap this up, and then I have some stock stuff to ask you about, because I got my Robinhood account up today.
Okay.
And maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. Listen to us every Wednesday on your favorite music app. Check out the video version of the podcast at CC Mouse Podcast on YouTube. Rep our merch at ccmouse.shop, and we'll see you next week. Same mouse time, same mouse podcast. Bye, everybody. I almost nailed it.
Almost. It's ccmousepodcast.shop.
What did I say?
ccmouse.shop.
I have it. The music plays in my head, and then so I know how much time I have, because I have to lay the music over afterwards. So that's why it almost lines up perfect. Even in the intros, you'd be surprised. I know it in my head, so I can. And then when it ends, I'm like, oh, stop talking, hurry up, it's ending.
Right.
Which is awesome music. That thing's stuck in my head all the time.
Right.
All the time. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye. We did a thing.
See you next week.